Some of you may have seen Bad Bunny's latest video, La Mudanza, where he references Vieques. So let's talk about Vieques. For those of you who don't know, Vieques is a small island off the coast of Puerto Rico, and it has a long-standing history of resistance. And this is because for decades, they tried to get the U.S. military to stop using their land for bombing exercises and other military operations. It was really a training ground, and it turned large portions of the island into live fire zones for bomb testing and war games. So this meant explosions, environmental damage, and health hazards for the locals. And then everything changed in the late 90s when the frustration boiled over thanks to a horribly tragic event. In 1999, a security guard was killed by a stray bomb, and this pushed the movement into full gear. The people of Vieques, with support from across Puerto Rico and even some U.S. mainland activists, they started to push back, and the protests became massive. Thousands of people started to block the military's access to the island, so it was really like a David and Goliath situation where islanders were going against the U.S. government and military. And eventually this movement turned into a national cause, with celebrities, activists, and even politicians joining in to pressure the U.S. government. And then in 2003, it finally happened. After years of resistance, the U.S. finally agreed to cease its military exercises on Vieques. But the victory came with mixed feelings. The people had won and the military had been pulled out, but the environmental damage and the health issues caused by the bombings lingered. In the years after, there have been efforts to clean up the island and compensate those harmed, but the scars of the Vieques struggle remain, and it's a reminder of what happens when local communities have no control over their land. At its core, it was a movement that was about community fighting for its right to exist, for its right to live safely and peacefully, free from the destruction of outside influences on their land. So I'm really glad that Bad Bunny chose to highlight the Vieques struggle in his latest video, because the struggles continue today. They continue in Cabo Rojo, they continue in Rincon and Rio Grande. All over the island, people are starting to come together again to resist the outside influences that want to take away their right to exist. But the people refuse to be silent. And that gives me a lot of hope.